ever. He's always, you know, it's somewhat less than he had hoped for. But I think this one he does like.
I'd just do anything to get on radio. I'd be happy to give the weather report or interview people. I think I'm a natural.
Oh.
I'm a great dancer.
But you can dance on radio.
I know, because they can't see you.
Those days, radio was the medium. And, you know, it had its own stars. And there were stars in a fantasy way because you didn't see them. And people would fantasize about the great radio heroes, whether they be in drama or comedy shows, or just a voice who presented something.
Pay more attention to your schoolwork and less to the radio.
You always listen to the radio.
It's different. Our lives are ruined already.
Woody Allen's aim is to make a serious film without any laughs. With the nostalgia of radio days, he's getting closer.
I never forgotten any of those people or any of the voices we used to hear on the radio.
Beware, evildoers, wherever you are.
Looks like another good film, Sally, to look out for.
It does. Woody, it's a bit esoteric, though, Woody Allen, if you're not a fanatic, as Rula Lenska says, don't you find?
Well, he's getting better and better. I think the older he gets, his early ones were a bit wacky for me, but as he gets older, he seems to get a bit more sensible, although quite funny as well. But I think
worth going to have a look, though.
Absolutely.
Coming up now, our charges on the way for some school activities, and we hear from the solicitor representing some of the parents in the Middlesbrough Childebrus row. Well, we were going to go to Francis for the weather, but the weather is actually so bad where Francis is at the moment that we can't talk to him, so Pamela's going to tell us instead.
Well, it is a very disappointing day weather-wise. Rain currently splashing down over Ireland and Wales will soon be falling over England and the southern half of Scotland. Some long spells of cool, dull, wet weather are expected, and the only dry area today will be northern Scotland. By contrast, Wimbledon will see plenty of rain. The rain over Northern Ireland, Northern England and southern Scotland today will be heavy. Temperatures holding around 15 degrees Celsius, 59 degrees Fahrenheit, feeling cool and humid. Winds fairly light.
Hello, it's 8 o'clock on Thursday the 25th of June and this is the BBC's Breakfast Time. Good morning. The news headlines. After candles were lit in a Middlesbrough church to remember local children taken into care after alleged parental sexual abuse, a solicitor goes to court today to try to release 3 of them. The Queen opens the new session of Parliament today, and England goalkeeper Peter Shilton moves from Southampton to Derby in a £1 million deal.
In about 3 hours' time, the Queen will set off from Buckingham Palace for the state opening of Parliament. Her speech will inaugurate Mrs. Thatcher's 3rd term in office and will indicate just how radical she's likely to be. For a preview of what the Queen is likely to announce, we will be going down and hearing more from Parliament if we can, but I think we've got a problem going to Mr. Cox.
I can tell you what he was actually about to say, James Cox. James Cox is in the same place as Francis, and he's being rather harassed by the wind and the rain at the moment. But he was going to be able to tell you that the Queen would be saying the words this morning, but the words are actually put into her mouth by the government. The real author of this speech will not be sitting on the throne, but standing at the back of the Lord's Chamber. For this speech is very much the Prime Minister's, and it's likely to show how impatient to get on with one of the most far-extensive, far-reaching programmes ever put before a new Parliament. Its main thrust, we expect, will be a package of measures to take away power from local government, especially left-wing councils.
What the Queen will announce today will be an ambitious and controversial programme in which Mrs. Thatcher will attempt to set her stamp on the next 5 years, and on Britain for years after that. On education, the Queen will announce plans to allow schools to opt out of control by local education authorities. More power, especially financial power, will be handed over to head teachers and school governors. The decade inner cities will be a major target, with the job of rejuvenating them being given to 5 new urban development corporations, plus a number of job creation task forces. On housing, there will be new initiatives to allow council tenants to set up their own cooperative housing schemes, plus measures to deregulate controls on rented accommodation. Most controversial of all, rates will be replaced by a community charge or poll tax. That means funding local government by a tax on people, not buildings. A measure already enacted in Scotland, but which cost the government a lot of seats there in the recent election. But one widely popular measure, announced yesterday by the Home Secretary, will be a relaxation of licensing laws, allowing pubs to be open 12 hours a day.
Well, as we've heard, the government plans a major review of the education system in its forthcoming legislation. It was confirmed yesterday that they are considering plans which could mean that parents would pay for school extras. The so-called extras under consideration include charging for field trips, transport to off-site lessons like swimming, and raw materials for craft and cookery. There's already been fierce opposition to this idea from educationalists and politicians. Earlier in breakfast time, we heard from some of the government's critics.
What we want is an education system which gives every child the opportunity to develop its skills and abilities to the full. And if you start saying that some subjects are going to be too expensive for some children to learn, I think we'd be very concerned about the implications of that within the school.
What we're seeing is that the proposals are more extreme than even the manifesto. They said there would be no charges for education. We see this morning there are going to be charges for what they call educational extras, what most people would see as vital to the school curriculum.
Robert Key was a Conservative member of the House of Commons Select Committee on Education in the last Parliament. He joins us now. Mr. Key, isn't the government going back on the commitment it made during the election campaign that the principle of free education would not be tampered with?
No, absolutely not, and Gordon Brown's got it quite wrong. The fact is that both as a parent and a constituency MP,